Hey guys, I'm a little late to this party, I know that. I'm like 2.5 weeks late to this party, but here's my analysis on the Sonic 3 trailer. So the reason why I'm doing this right now is because by the time you guys have watched this, I've been to and from the movie theaters to get the exclusive Sonic 3 poster that they're giving out for the first 300 people who buy the ticket and show up at the theaters opening day of Transformers 1. Quite my analysis on the Sonic 3 trailer, and I'm here to talk about some of the Easter eggs you might have missed the first time round.
Sonic, you finally found your family.
Of course it would have taken place in London. I feel like every trilogy, like the last third movie, takes place in London. And also, what's up with the hedgehog anatomy there? Like, are his lungs actually located there? Oh, let's check out this chalk drawing. So, I'm curious, if Tom lives in Green Hills, in the city of Green Hills, then what is this zone called? The one that you see in the film. What is this zone called then? I mean, I guess the question is, did Green Hill Zone come first before Green Hills the city? Is Green Hill Zone in this film Green Hill Zone, or is it named something else as to not coincide with city? Only Jeff Fowler would probably know how to answer that.
For your heart.
There's been a high-level security.
Let me just pause it here and rewind back to where they're at. So if you notice closely, they're like in some kind of restaurant. It's important because it'll circle back to the end of the trailer. Just watch.
And we need Team Sonic's immediate assistance. Project Shadow is far beyond any...
Yes, Shadow!
Shadow's story began a lot like your Sonic, but where you found family.
Whoa, look at the actress who plays Maria. Maria in the game is portrayed as this American girl with blonde hair, the typical American girl, if you will, with blonde hair and a flowy dress. Here she's portrayed as, I don't know if she's brunette in this film or or blonde, and maybe the color scheme of the scene here is portraying her as brunette. But if she is brunette, that's another change that I figured I'd point that out. I mean, it's a small little change, but subtle change, you know.
But where you found family.
Anybody else notice that too? His tails kind of do that tails idle thing right there. So that tails thing is reminiscent to Sonic 2 when you are playing as Tails and you have him just in idle mode. He kind of does that with his tails. It's kind of cute.
Family and friends.
They thought that we wouldn't notice, but we did. We noticed.
Shadow found only pain
and suffering. I thought that would have been the line, but it wasn't.
On the loose. How do we find it?
Start with a giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
Oh, escape the city! Maybe I'm reaching here, but I feel like this scene kind of reminds me of Escape the City. Except it's not daytime, and there's no nice rock music coming up. I feel like we made a huge circle. We started Sonic 1 in America, and then in Sonic 3, of course, you have Tokyo. What I assume is Tokyo here, Japan. So, you know, Sonic's home.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
He's such a badass, just walking through fire.
You're colorful.
Keanu
I want
Reeves!
to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
No, no!
Whoa, the chaos control just there, that's awesome. Here, you guys need to know. So Jeff Fowler was actually the guy responsible for supervising the animation, the cinematic animation, in the original Shadow the Hedgehog game back in 2006. Again, we've made a huge circle coming back to him, now directing Shadow's big screen debut. So this is pretty cool.
My turn. Can we just talk about this?
And if you guys look closely at, as soon as this robotic contraption here is coming out of the water, if you look closely, right, let me see if I can zoom in here. So right there, these two buildings that you see here, right here, that's a gun facility. I assume that's where we're going to see Kristen Ritter's character come in. So yeah, I'm assuming she's going to be like a lead on this for the gun personnel or something.
He's too powerful.
Of course they would have him skating. Look at that. Look at those air sneakers. Jeff Fowler was a perfect person to choose to debut his. Look at that. Even the animation in this is just so similar to the opening of Shadow the Hedgehog with all the chaos controls here. If we play them side by side, I'm pretty sure, which is exactly what I'm gonna do after this, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a huge similarity to this.
Never stop me.
And of course, return of Jim Carrey.
We have visitors.
This is sad, Robotnik. Even for you.
We need your help.
On one condition.
And a full circle again to the first one.
Do this! If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it! I need room.
But, sir, I don't have the proper materials.
Let's go back to that line, really. I completely forgot about the line. It's right here, this line.
Do this!
Right here.
If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it!
So in the game, I think Robotnik says, destroying the world is one thing, but destroying the world with your grandson in it is another. And I think the game obviously is much darker than the movie portrays it, but then again, I haven't seen the film, so until December.
I need room.
But, sir, I don't have the proper materials. Found some.
I got to meet Agent Stone earlier this year, and it was like the most fantastic thing I could have. It was awesome.
What did you...
There's like in this 20-second segment here, there's a lot of Easter eggs I want to talk about.
When we're done, there won't...
Look at that. That is, I think if we pause this and maybe make a cut out shadow here is the icon of dark mode or the dark story. Definitely gonna compare that later.
be anything left.
No cheat code.
I wonder what he drives. And then of course the big big screen debut of Chow Garden. Look at that. Again, circling back to what I said earlier regarding that restaurant that I was mentioning earlier. In the game, obviously, Chow Garden is a garden filled with these little chow creatures that you can take care of. And I think here's like a Chuck E. Cheese themed restaurant where all the animatronics, quote unquote, are chows. I guess they couldn't fit in chows naturally into the game. I mean, into the movie, or maybe they will. God knows. But they're so cute. Look at that. You can't have Shadow riding a motorcycle and not do the Akira scene. I don't know if this was Jeff Fowler's idea. Somebody gave him this idea, but whoever did was a genius, because of course you can't have Shadow on a motorcycle and not do the Akira move. Or should I say the Akira slide. And of course, Sonic Adventure 2.
Welcome home, my boy.
And of course, you have Jim Carrey not only returning again, but Jim Carrey in a dual role as Dr. Robotnik and Dr. Robotnik's dad, apparently Gerald, which is a huge difference from the game. In the game, Gerald Robotnik is the grandfather of Robotnik, and he's long dead. In fact, he was shot, executed by gun personnel. Video game is a lot more darker than the film. One interesting thing that I do like about Jim Carrey in this scene is that, in the film in general, is that he said that he was going to retire from acting in general, but he just keeps coming back for Sonic films. And it's like, screw everything else, Sonic is what I'm concentrating on. Him as Robotnik's father, Gerald, is even more epic, because again, you have Jim Carrey in a dual role in a film that, quite frankly, I think he enjoys filming.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Are you? In the saggy flesh.
And of course, we'll have to wait until December. Hopefully the film ends on a cliffhanger in where Shadow disappears, just like in the video game, because I feel like if Shadow joins forces with Sonic and the rest of the team in Tom's house, that's kind of not fitting with his personality. And I really hope they follow the video game. One thing that gets me excited about the film is, are we going to see Super Sonic and Hyper Shadow, just like we did in the game? We did see Super Sonic in, I forgot if it was the second film, first film, I think it was the second film. We are yet to see if Shadow will be the same thing with Shadow. We'll see him getting transformed into Hyper Shadow after collecting all the Chaos Emeralds. Are we going to see the first prototype of the Ultimate Life Form, aka BioLizard? So if you guys have played the game, or if you guys remember BioLizard, which was the first of many prototypes of the Ultimate Life Form, and he ended up being this lizard-like creature with like a mechanical thing in the back of his body there. BioLizard was actually encapsulated by Gun. He wasn't like destroyed or anything, just like Shadow. He was encapsulated by Gun. 50 years later, the creature itself kind of wanted to destroy the Earth. I think, if I remember the story correctly, Gerald Robotnik released him during the whole I'm gonna destroy the world with everyone in it thing. Again, the film does change a lot of things in the movie. The music too, of course. We have, towards the end here, we have this what sounds like it is a Crush 40 or a Live and Learn inspired theme song to the ending of the trailer, towards the end of the trailer. And I just can't wait to see what this full song is, which I'm pretty sure we'll hear the full song once the film comes out in theaters, and I can't wait. Just listen to it. It has this live and learn kind of theme to it, and I just can't wait. Oh yeah, so this has nothing to do with this review, but I figured I'd toss this in there. I had an interview months ago with the original voice of Shadow the Hedgehog from Sonic Adventure 2, David Humphrey, and he told me during that interview that when the film comes out, he's going to literally replicate all the lines that Keanu Reeves says. And not only that, but now into that 2024, we have Keanu Reeves who's voicing Shadow the Hedgehog, which is a huge deal, estimation.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. I'm actually excited for it. I picture him sitting in his room, listening to my voice, trying to get Shadow just perfect.
You're gonna see behind the scenes featurettes of him. Like, I listen to the original. That's you.
I think what I might do is once the movie's out, I'll take a scene that he does, and I will take his voice out, and I will put my voice in, and I will...
Guys, you just heard it.
Wow, this sounds like a big story right now.
I will hold David to that, so I can't wait for him to replicate, to mimic some of the lines that Keanu Reeves will say as Shadow the Hedgehog. That's going to be a huge blast from the past. With that being said, those are all the Easter eggs that I have for you. If you guys have more Easter eggs that I missed, go ahead and comment down in the comment section below. With that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye!